I'm Neil, and welcome to Dreaming of Chess Mastery, YouTube channel that examines the world of adult chess improvement. I've recently been speaking about Jan Markus's truly fantastic book that I highly recommend, Under the Surface. And I took the liberty of taking him up on his request. He gives his email address in the book, so I thought I'd write to say how terrific I found it and to thank him for writing it, sharing his ideas with us. I also pointed out that I've made these videos and I hope he didn't mind. Well, believe it or not, I got a reply. I do like it when that happens. I suppose in our family we've got a little bit of a history. My late grandfather was a great letter writer back in the day when letter writing was a thing. And he got many replies. Sometimes, people aren't too busy to write back to you, and even though you're a complete non-entity, not everyone's writing to these folk out there, and I think they appreciate it. The thanks. He also said that he didn't mind making the videos. I suspect he hasn't actually watched them, and that's fine. He's a busy man, obviously, a professional chess grandmaster and author. He did give me some kind of idea about the lines of copyright. He did it in a very, I don't mean to say in an aggressive sort of way, but as he said, so long as I'm not reading out vast swathes of his book or copying and pasting it, plagiarizing, it's fine. So, and I think I'm very much on the right side of fair use of content that's out there. I got to thinking a bit about the very last bit that he gives in the book, which is sort of advice for chess improvement. Well, it has everything to do with this channel and things that we should do and things that we shouldn't. And he mentions how there's a sort of a balance that needs to be struck between doing what you enjoy doing, having fun, and the work that an amateur does towards their chess must be enjoyable. Otherwise, why are you doing it? It's different if you're a professional. You are doing certain things because they're things that need to be done, putting in the hard reps, because that's how you make your living. But as an amateur, you need to get a sense of balance in that. And he sort of suggests 75%, 25%. The 75% of just doing the things that you enjoy. And he's not talking about playing blitz, which is a different kettle of fish altogether. As he says, it's a great way to unwind at the end of a long day. It's fun. It's an idle distraction. But it's not chess training. Unless you build it in to something that is more constructive as part of your regime. But all the same, this 75% of doing chess training should be focused on the stuff that you enjoy. If you enjoy playing through Grandmaster games, well, that's the part that you enjoy. What's the 25% that maybe is less enjoyable? It could be studying technical chess endgames. Not something that you particularly like, but you're going to come across them in your daily, in your chess praxis. So you need to study them. And he I suppose gives a little bit of a guidance for people who are more ambitious maybe those percentages become more like 50-50. And actually this tied into something that I'd written, that I'd included in my email, because he'd asked for suggestions for future books. And I said that actually, I loved the book and it would be very interesting. I wouldn't change anything. I think it is a marvellous book. But it would be interesting if he wrote a book that was maybe more along the sort of training manual style, where he included exercises for the reader to solve, that perhaps a companion to Under the Surface. I'm not sure what to call it. I'm not going to even suggest something, but a workbook full of exercises, perhaps test and tease out things that he discussed in his book. That would be very interesting. But failing that, how might I go about engaging in a more active sort of way with the book? And one idea that I thought of is that when we read these books, I think it's worth keeping, and he suggests as much, keeping a training journal. So I haven't included reading Under the Surface as my sort of training material, because I read it lying in bed at night or waiting for my wife when I go to meet her at my father-in-law's house and I need to kill a little bit of time. Well, it wasn't killing time, it's more constructive than that. But that sort of passive reading, I don't count. I'm not suggesting it doesn't serve a purpose. I think it builds into my kind of awareness of chess culture, but it's not training per se. And perhaps if I read the next time I read through the book, not perhaps, I want to read through it with a set, play through some of the lines, pose questions, record the positions, and then start looking for those examples in stuff that I'm familiar with and kind of build them in together to write my own book, as it were. That would be interesting. That would be much more constructive. And I think at that point what I would be doing would be chess training rather than a pleasant way to spend half an hour before I go to sleep at night. So once again, I do appreciate that Jan Marcus took the time to write a reply. And certainly if you were to comment to this email, well, that's something that I should do. I should reply to you. It might be in person, it might be via an email, but or a reply to your comment. But I think it's a good thing because it's part of forming this community that we like to talk of. And I think that's what Jan Marcus has been doing. He's given us a gift of a truly, truly spectacularly good book. He's put it out there into the world of chess, shared his ideas, and connected with the broader chess family. So thanks once again, Jan. I'm going to move on from this next week, but I thought I'd share this with you. I hope you're enjoying your chess or whatever else it is that you are doing. For my non-chess playing viewers, and until next week, keep safe and well, and I hope your lives are filled with joy. Ciao from a sunny Brazil.